Hey, it's Matthew with Trimble here, and today I want to show you how you can easily pull measurements directly in the field using FieldLink, and then also how you can take the same measurements of the same laser scan in Trimble Connect after taking all your necessary scans in the field. So here we have Trimble FieldLink open with our map view, and we can see the laser scans that were taken. One of the first steps that you're going to want to do is actually create a section box with the exact area that we want to measure. In this case, it's going to be this garage door opening here. So here we can create a section box by clicking the section box button in the bottom right ribbon. And then you're going to click the plus sign to create one. Here you're just going to want to make sure that we only see what we need. In this case, I'm going to close in on the garage door here so we don't have any unnecessary data. So once you have the section box showing the correct area, you're going to want to go ahead and click this extract point cloud button in the section box region. This just makes sure that all the points that you may need and all the detail from the laser scans is properly shown. See that it'll extract the full cloud now. So in order to pull measurements, there's two main ways that you can do it, and they basically just change depending on which view you want. So right now we're currently in a 3D orbit view where you can orbit around the point cloud as you see now. You could also directly create points and pull measurements from your station view as well. You can see here that we have the panorama of all the stations of this garage door frame that we have here. But for now, I'm going to jump back into the orbit view. And one of the key ways that you can create points to then measure off of is going into the information button down here in the bottom right, that I button. This basically allows you to click on any point inside of the point cloud and then create a point from it. One of the key things to note when you're taking measurements is to be consistent with the areas that you want to measure across. So in this case, we'll stick to this back corner of this frame that we see here. So I'm going to select that top left point first. You can see that we get the X, Y, and Z data down here in the bottom right. I'll click create point, and you'll see that a point was created right on that edge. I'm going to do the same for the other four corners. Three. So now we have our four corners created. So once you've done that, you can actually just go ahead and get whatever measurements you might need by selecting those points, whether it be 2 points, or you can measure around the whole frame if you'd like as well. Here you can see that the distance between the top 2 points is 14.087078 US feet. And you can go ahead and export and share your measurements just like this. If you want to save a photo of it, you can go down here to the bottom right and click and change the destination of where you're saving them. Typically, they'll save in the FieldLink project on your local device. You can go ahead and click the camera button, and it'll go ahead and save the image successfully, so you can then export those images and share them with whoever needs them. If you want to maintain these same points and make sure they're consistent across all platforms, you can go ahead and create some line work in between them by going into the Create Line Work menu and then select the individual points that you want to create a line in between. So you can go ahead and click Create there. I'm going to go ahead and create a line work across the entire frame. So we have that accessible in Connect and in FieldLink whenever we open our project. So if I leave this menu, go back into the map menu, and I hide the point cloud, you'll actually be able to see the lines that we created. So you can see that in that 3D space, we've created a box representing the frame's dimensions. And again, if we bring back the scan, you can pull measurements across all different areas of this frame that we've drawn out. By going back into our ruler tool, making sure that of the four options we have selected, we have that distance between 2 points option selected. You can also get an angle, an area, and an offset distance. So I'll go ahead and select the point up here. Let's say we want to get the vertical distance. from top to bottom, you can see that we got 11.929 US feet for that vertical distance. Sweet. So now, once you've created all the measurements that you need directly in FieldLink, you can either, like I said, just capture them directly in the field and share them as images. Or if you want to bring it into Connect and have access to them in the office, you can go ahead and do so by going into More, Projects, Export, and then we have a bunch of different file types and you can export the points as. TFLX is the typical file format that we use. It's a Trimble native format that you can use to better view your data inside of Trimble Connect, but you can also export as a DWG, CSV, or any of the other file formats that you see listed here. We're going to want to go into our Notepad menu that'll adjust the settings. We can keep this export file name as Fusion Test Export, and we're going to want to change the export destination to, as opposed to being locally to your PC, switch that over to the cloud environment to the specific project that you have in Connect. For this case, we're going to be using Fusion 3. So I'll go ahead and select Fusion 3 and you see that export destination changed. I can exit this menu and then go ahead and click Export. So there you go. Now you'll see the design, the point file that you've created in FieldLink directly in Connect. So now I'll jump into Trimble Connect and show you how you can access the data in the office and make further measurements than what was taken out in the field. So now we're back in Trimble Connect, and you'll see here that I'm on the Fusion 3 project. And if I update, or if I refresh my web page, you'll see here that the Fusion Text Export TFLX has loaded in. You got to give it a second to start processing, but for now I'm going to open up the laser scan that I've imported as well by going to the Reality Capture extension. Go ahead and click View in 3D. And you'll see that same laser scan that we had in FieldLink is also now being shown in Trimble Connect. We can go to our models here and see if our TFLX file has completed processing. So once your TFLX file has completed the export into Connect, you can go ahead and go into your Models menu and then convert the file to a 3D format and load it in. And you'll see here that those points are now reflecting the Connect viewer on your web browser. So I'll go ahead and, for the sake of clarity, I'll go ahead and hide the laser scan, and you can see here that those points have actually been created. And you can actually pull those same measures the same way that you did in FieldLink, right here in Connect in the office. Reach out to your nearest building point if you have any questions.